Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to call this Orangeburg County Council meeting of December the 1st, 2025 to order. We're going to ask Councilman Joseph Garvin to give us a moment of thanks before we proceed any further.
Let's bow our heads. Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for being the land of the living. Father, we ask that you bless each and every one on the sound of my voice, that you give us the strength to do what we need to do to work for Orangeburg County. And these and all the many blessings we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so very much, Mr. Councilman Garvin. I hope each council person has had the opportunity to look at the minutes of the November 17th meeting. And if you know any change, please say so at this time. If not, I would appreciate a motion and a second that those minutes be received as written.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved by Mr. McAllister and second by Ms. Walker that the minutes of the November 17th meeting be received as written. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? The ayes have it and the motion is carried. I want to say good afternoon again to any of you who may not have been to our meetings before, that we have public comments at the beginning of our meetings, and we have it in two areas. We have public comments of agenda items, and we have public comments of other matters. So when I open the floor for public comments of agenda item, if you have any comments on any items on the agenda, please approach the podium, state your name and what comments that you have on that item. When we close that portion of it, then we will go into public comments of other matters. Then that means that you can come before council with anything that you would like to address them at that time. And remember that first 6 items on the agenda has public hearing. So if you have any comment on those items, wait until we get to those items individually on the public hearing. Thank you so much. The floor is open for public comment at this time. Hearing none on agenda items, we will close that and open for public comments of other matters. Anything that anyone would like to say? Yes, ma'am. Please approach the podium and name and item, or either whatever subject you have at that time.
Okay, I left the flyer. Oh no, you guys haven't. Okay, my name's Barbara Melton. I am here to speak about the county animal shelter again. So it had came to my attention maybe a week or so ago from a dog that was transferred to rescue that it looks like as of May, the shelter has stopped giving heartworm prevention. We live in the South. There is heartworm disease is a huge issue in the South. I put in a copy of the dog's record that brought it to my attention. You can see they got ivermectin in May, had other things in November, but no ivermectin after May. I did some calculating for how much it would cost for a 60-pound dog, 20 cents a month. $2.40 for an entire year to give this heartworm prevention to a dog. That's not a lot. If the budget can't afford that, Positively Orangeburg pays for medical stuff for dogs in the shelter, so it would be free to the shelter. And what I used for my calculations, I put a few pictures there, just a screenshot. I know what Dana used to use was Dervet. She got it at Tractor Supply. She draw up like the 0.3 mils, put it into a hot dog on the syringe, stick it in the dog's mouth, and on she goes. It's very fast. Very inexpensive. And I did some calling around. I spoke to over 20 shelters, animal shelters in South Carolina. Every single one of them, except yours, gives heartworm prevention to all the dogs in their care. And one county, Abbeville, goes above and beyond, and they do wormer and ivermectin every 2 weeks instead of every 4 weeks. Okay, so this is the norm in the South to give heartworm prevention. I've talked to you guys before. There keep being medical problems. I sent a sheet, I think last year, of like 96 medical neglect issues in less than a year's time that I noticed as a volunteer. I'm not even in the everyday paperwork. For me, I think the remedy for this is you need at least one medically competent, licensed or certified employee in that shelter that can say, this is what the dogs deserve, this is what we're gonna do. And I put the basis for what I think is medically necessary. This is Association of Shelter Vet document, used internationally. Well, you know, it's an awesome document by shelter vets. And so I documented it for you there. Any questions?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ms. Barbara, and, we look into the situation.
Okay, and I did email this to Todd Williams, but I haven't heard back, which is why I'm here.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
I know you all have heard, I mean, I brought it to a couple council members that I spoke to on the phone and in person, that we no longer have a bus service to in and out of Orangeburg, South Carolina. So I ran in Walmart, I ran into a lot of people that I see when I'm riding the bus myself, residents here and also college students. And that's really affecting people getting in and out of Orangeburg with no bus service here. And it's just not Orangeburg, it's also no bus service into Columbia, South Carolina. That's the capital for right now. So in order to catch the bus, you have to go to Aiken, Augusta, or Charleston. And the only thing that I can think of that maybe you all can possibly do is provide a bus that leaves from Orangeburg maybe once a day, going to Charleston or going to Augusta for those who want to travel on the Greyhound bus system. Because there's no way to travel from here anymore to get in and out of Orangeburg. No way at all. And I also want to bring something else to your attention. As far as people with pets that walk dogs on other people's property, what can be done about that? Maybe you all know something that I don't know, because there are people that's turning their dogs on other people's property, and then they get upset when you mention it to them that they need to clean up behind themselves.
I don't have an answer for you, Mr. Green.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's right, but I don't have an answer, so we'll have to look into that.
Maybe Harold can research that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And see what's what.
I was just about to say, we did do some upgrades to the animal laws.
Mhm.
And I think there is something as it relates to tethering and as far as the dogs and stuff on premise. So let me get the exact language and then I can get back with you. We'll definitely research.
Okay.
And as far as the Greyhound situation, and just to be clear, it's the Greyhound that he's talking to. The county trains that are still running, but the Greyhound system is what he's referring to that stopped running. And we reached out, and myself, and actually Gene and I talked today, Times Democrat reached out as well, and none of them responded to our calls. And so
Yeah.
that is quite odd. But none of the corporate officers, none of the, any of the information responded to my call as the administrator or the T&D.
Nobody responded, so.
Nobody responded.
And I spoke to someone some months ago, but recently since this happened, I haven't got any chance to really speak with anyone about it. But it's really causing a lot of problems for the citizens and students here in Orangeburg by not being able to get back and forth home or whatever. So, but like I said, I think that would be a good idea to have a bus that leaves from here, maybe once a day, I guess to Charleston or somewhere like that, that people can be able to get on the bus from that location since there's no location here. And like I said, they also cut the location out in Columbia, and that's the capital for right now. So, okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments? Okay. Come on down, Mr. Sid.
Last time I spoke, first meeting in November, I think I was felt that I was made to feel that I offended you. Apologize if anyone felt offended by my comments and whatnot.
I don't think you should send it. This is a free country.
Yes, sir. But I apologize.
Supposedly,
And if I offended you tonight, I apologize now. Words of another, though. Avoid gaming. It is a vice which is productive of every possible evil, equally injurious to the morals and health of its participants. It is the child of avarice, the brother of iniquity, and the father of mischief. It has been the ruin of many worthy families, the loss of a man's honor, and the cause of suicide. A quote from a letter to Bushrod, Washington, whose uncle was George Washington, dated January 15th, 1783. That's after the war. Washington was known to play poker. He gambled. But he saw its effects, especially among his soldiers, if you do some further reading and investigation. What did some others say? Well, George Washington Carver didn't speak to gambling specifically, but he said this: "We have become 99% money mad. The method of living at home modestly and within our income, laying a little by systematically for the proverbial rainy day, which is due to come, can almost be listed among the lost arts." He spoke to responsibility. Another Washington, Booker T. Washington: "A lie does not become truth, wrong does not become right, and evil doesn't become good just because it is accepted by a majority." Another quote of his: "Character, not circumstance, makes a person." Another quote of his: "Nothing ever comes to one that is worthy of having except as a result of hard work." August 2025, the community character was responsibility, which these men spoke to in various ways. I just wonder if we approved a casino, what our community character would be then. Would we say, come to Orangeburg, visit us, lose your money, get addicted, support our government by losing your money? No, you wouldn't post that on the web for sure. I'm sorry if that offended you. But that's basically what's going to happen based upon why you want a casino to come to Orangeburg or to South Carolina at all. So it is that area of responsibility, personal responsibility, that we need to take up. We need to be proud of the businesses, the work y'all have done to get businesses to come to relocate to Santee. The newspaper has had a number of businesses that are planning on locating in Santee, as well as other work. And of that, we are proud. We want good, godly growth for our citizens and potential for jobs for everybody to work in and make a good living, as illustrated in some of these quotes. And I appreciate the time for speaking with you. Take care and have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Mr. Sid. Anyone else? Hearing none, we will close the public comment section of our agenda. And we're going to our regular agenda, and the first item on the agenda is a presentation from the Clemson Health Clinic at Orangeburg.
Good evening, Chairman Wright and council members. Thank you for having me. My name is Diana Perkins, and I'm here on behalf of Clemson Rural Health and the Clemson Rural Health Health Clinic at Orangeburg. We're located right across the street from MUSC Orangeburg. Our practice serves as a hub for primary care, telehealth, remote patient monitoring, business health, and a produce prescription program. Clemson's university's land-grant mission empowers Clemson Rural Health to deliver both clinical and educational resources to the Orangeburg area and throughout our state. And our mission is to transform health outcomes for rural and underserved communities. Today, I would like to share an update on our Manage Together program, which just ended its 3-year funding cycle. I was here about 2 years ago to share about the 1-year anniversary of our clinic, and now I want to give you a little bit of an update of what we've been doing while we've been here in Orangeburg. Manage Together is funded by Diabetes Free South Carolina and the Blue Cross Blue Shield Foundation, and it's a diabetes prevention and management initiative designed for women right here in the Orangeburg region. The program brought together the expertise of nurse practitioners, registered dietitians, community health workers, endocrinologists, and personal trainers to deliver comprehensive lifestyle intervention that's made a real difference in women's lives. In cooperation with MUSC Orangeburg and through the leadership of our senior community health worker, Mrs. Sandra Jones, We enrolled almost 500 women to our Managed Together program over the last 3 years. Out of those participants, more than half demonstrated statistically significant reductions in A1C and systolic blood pressure. 65% saw meaningful weight loss, and 150 participants logged over 2,000 workouts at one of the 6 MUSC HealthPlex sites. The program was awarded a 1-year extension and is still open for enrollment for women ages 18 to 40. We also recently released our fiscal year 2025 digital impact report. You can see that using the QR code on the flyer. It highlights the initiatives and outcomes of our programs across the state of South Carolina. Our clinic here in this county was a major contributor to the statewide impact shared in that report. As an organization in fiscal year 25, we traveled over 40,000 miles and logged almost 16,000 patient appointments. Over half of our hypertensive patients saw their blood pressure decrease by an average of 9%. And we also saw 226 patients with high cholesterol decrease their total cholesterol by an average of 15% through access to primary care and nutritional support. These are not just numbers, but real patients who have reduced their health risks while improving their quality of life. We also provided 4,000 hours of clinical experience to 137 college students in hopes of increasing the number of future providers who will choose to serve our rural communities. 2 students also represented the Orangeburg High School for Health Professions with us and were able to do internship opportunities at our clinic. We hope to bring even more opportunities for future health professionals studying right here in Orangeburg in the coming years. So I invite you to visit our website at clemsonruralhealth.org or schedule a tour at our facility to learn more about how we're working to transform health outcomes in Orangeburg and the surrounding region and in South Carolina. So thank you for your time and your continued support of our organization, and here if you guys have any questions about what we do.
Do you have any questions for me, Scott? We certainly appreciate you. We
Yeah.
appreciate all you do to make a difference when it comes to the health community. So thank you so much. Continue.
Absolutely.
Good work.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You have the mobile unit as well.
Yes.
So, how often are y'all out in the Orangeburg community?
Right now, we're going out kind of rarely just because we have had some mobile issues. So we had to replace it's solar powered. It was one of the first solar powered units in the world. But we had to get the solar power panels replaced and the battery replaced. So it's actually been up in the upstate, unfortunately, for the better part of this year. So we've been doing most of our programming, had to do it at our clinic.
And as far as the students, when you speak about the students, how many students are y'all serving here in the Orangeburg community specifically?
We had about 6 students in the past year. So some of those were for SC State, some of those were for the School of Health Professions, and I believe we had, I don't want to lie, but I think we had one from Claflin as well. A lot of them were students interested in becoming dietitians, and they were working with our clinical dietitian, shadowing her appointments, doing cooking demonstrations with her, and helping out with our veggie produce prescription program. So that's something we really want to expand. Yeah.
Anyone else? Again, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Next item on our agenda is ordinance. We got 6 ordinance for third reading and public hearing. First ordinance is an ordinance repealing Chapter 13, Article 2 of the Orangeburg County Code of Ordinance titled Orangeburg County Waste Tire Policy as previously amended through September 15th, 2025, and enacting Chapter 13, Article 2 of the Orangeburg Code of Ordinance to be titled Orangeburg County Waste Tire Ordinance, including waste tire tipping fees, enforcement violations, civil penalties, and other related matters. Madam Attorney, if this goes.
Hopefully this will be our, thank you. Hopefully this will be our final time to deal with this for a few years. As you know, County Council has studied this issue. What do you do with waste tires in Orangeburg County? The administration has certainly participated in that, and we've gotten a lot of good ideas. So we have changed the ordinance in accordance with what council has approved so far. Again, stockpiling waste tires is gonna be a violation. That's always been true, that's not actually a change. Waste tires are gonna be accepted only at the designated landfill. That is a change. Before, there was an allowance for residents to take waste tires to the convenience sites. And on the tipping fees, if a county resident has documentation for the waste tires, which shows that they were bought here in South Carolina and used here in Orangeburg County, there's no tipping fee for bringing in a documented waste tire to the landfill. But for everyone else, it's $400 a ton.
Okay, thank you so very much, Madam Attorney. Council, do y'all have any questions before I open the floor for public hearing?
Yeah, Madam Attorney, $400, if you're not a citizen of Orangeburg County, that's $400. But what kind of tires are you talking about?
We're talking about waste tires.
I know waste tires, but motorcycle tires, bicycle tires?
Okay, well, let's talk about waste tires. It's defined by statute and by state regulation. And it means a vehicle that is powered by a motor and not by physical strength. So a bicycle tire would not count. A motorcycle tire would count. So a tractor has an engine. That counts as a waste tire when it's no longer usable. The lawnmowers that you push, and even lawnmowers that you ride, those are not used for passengers or goods, so they're exempt also. So basically what we're talking about is tires from vehicles that are used on the highways or off-road for farming purposes, or off-road for maintenance of road purposes.
Okay, it's no different the size.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions? Floor is also open for public hearing, so that means if anybody from the public have questions at this time, you could ask. Hearing none, we'll close that and we'll call for a third reading on item 1.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Garvin, second by Mr. McAllister, that we have third and final reading on this ordinance. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Thank you. Item 2 is an ordinance amending the business license ordinance of the County of Orangeburg as to update the class schedule as required by Act 176 of 2020. This is also third reading and public hearing. Mr. Administrator, or that's yours? Or?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. State of South Carolina requires that any county that uses business license follow the Standardization Act as codified by Code 61-400. This is a standardization of the codes, and the General Assembly asked us that we update those. So this is a process of updating the business license class schedules to the current NAICS schedule code.
Thank you so much. Any questions for the administrator? Can I get a motion and second that we pass third?
Public hearing?
Public hearing? Anyone from the public hearing? Hearing none, could I get a motion and second that we pass item 2?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Lois Frazier and second by Mr. McAllister that we pass item 2 at the third and final reading. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item 3 is an ordinance implementing an installment plan of finance for the new Orangeburg County Courthouse Complex and other capital improvements, authorizing certain installment payments payable from any available sources, including general obligation bonds of the county and other related matters. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This is a installment purchase finance plan to go along with capital project sales tax funds that we will be using to pay for the new courthouse that we plan on building. And we have our bond attorney is available online if anybody has any questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Administrator. Also is open for public hearing. Does anyone from the public have any questions? Anyone from council? Hearing none, could I get a motion and a second for third and final reading on item 3?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Mr. McCaster and second by Mr. Ravenel that we pass item 3 for third and final reading. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item 4 is an ordinance authorizing first, the execution and delivery of a fee in lieu of tax and incentive agreement by and between Orangeburg County, the county itself, and Mission Critical Interior Solution, Inc., a company previously identified as Project Simpson. The company acting for itself with one or more affiliates and other project sponsors, whereby the county shall convene to accept certain negotiated fees in lieu of ad valorem taxes with respect to the establishment and or expansion of certain facilities in the county collectively. The project, 2, the benefit of the multi-county industrial or business park to be made available to the county, to the company and the project. And 3, certain special source revenue credit in connection with the project. And 4, other matters relating thereto. This Madam Attorney, or this is the next one?
Yes, sir, I yield to the attorney.
If it please the chairman, I would like us to also do a joint public hearing, joint motion for this item in number 5. One is about the fee in lieu of tax agreement, and the second one is about adding it to a multi-county industrial park. So it's the same project.
Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
This is Project Simpson, and in accordance with the Freedom of Information Act. The details of this transaction have not been released to the public, but have been given to council in executive session. So I have nothing to add to the project at this time.
Any questions from council, and then open the floor for public hearing? Any questions from the public? Hearing none, we will ask for the third and final reading on item 4 and 5 as explained by the attorney.
So moved, sir. Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith and second by Mr. Lewis Frazier that we pass item 4 and 5 as explained by the attorney. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item 6 is an ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of the fee in lieu of tax and the incentive agreement by and between Orangeburg County and Seducer Aposa, I don't know, JV LLC. I hope I pronounced that right.
Mr. Chairman, I learned how to pronounce it. It took a long time. Sodicia Apica.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll take that.
It's from the Old Testament.
Well, read the Bible, missed that one. Anyway, thank you so much. The company previously identified as Project Saco, operating company, acting for itself, one or more affiliates, and other project sponsors, whereby the county shall convene to accept certain negotiated fees in lieu of ad valorem taxes in respect to the establishment and or expansion of certain facilities in the county collectively, the project. And 2, the benefit of a multi-county industrial or business park to be made available to the company and the project. And 3, certain special source revenue credits in connection with the project, and also number 4, other matters related thereto. Relate to Madam Attorney.
Again, this is an economic development project that the council has been briefed on in executive session. And again, this is a company that does not want the specifics of the transaction to be released at this time, but I understand that there's going to be a release of some kind issued by the state very, very shortly that will have the details in it.
Thank you so very much. It's open for a public hearing also. Are there any questions from anyone? Hearing none. I would appreciate a motion and a second for passage of item 6 as prescribed.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Moved by Mr. Ravenel and second by Mrs. Frazier that we pass item 6 as explained by the attorney. All in favor of it, please say aye.
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 Any opposers to it? The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Next one is, this is item 7, is a second reading item. And it is an ordinance authorizing the county of Orangeburg to purchase approximately 0.63 acres, more or less, of property located at 1390 Springdale Drive in Orangeburg for construction of a wastewater pump station. Mr. Administrator, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, this is a piece of property that we have to purchase to be able to provide for a wastewater pump station to service the areas. And this is a project that is in Ms. Jamie Cooper's district that we've been working on. And this is part of the puzzle that we need to finalize to make sure we can get started with construction.
Thank you so much. Any questions from council? Hearing none, could I get a motion second for second reading on item 7?
So moved, sir. Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith, second by Mr. Lawrence Frazier, that we do second reading on item 7 as explained. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion is carried. This next couple of items are first reading, or 3 I think it is, planning commission resolution and ordinance, first reading. Item number 8, for the consideration of a request from HBG Land LLC to rezone property at Cosmo Road in Mesa, South Carolina. Tax map number 0044-00-04-004 on Forest Agriculture District. The rural district is in District 4. Administrator?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Planning Commission met on November 12, 2025 to discuss the recommendations from HBG Land LLC at Cosmos Road in Mesa, South Carolina. They're requesting to go from forest and agriculture to rural community for the purpose of a residential subdivision and small farm lots. The site is made up of 47.65 acres and is a portion of a 68.20 acre parcel. The adjacent property owners were notified by U.S. Mail about the Planning Commission. They were given opportunities to make comments electronically, emailed directly by phone or in writing to the planning director or attend in person. Information was also published in the TMD. There were 0 citizens that expressed their support. There were 6 citizens that expressed opposition, and 2 citizens emailed their opposition. The Planning Commission, after hearing discussion, made a recommendation to you with the unanimous approval of 7.
Thank you so much, Mr. Administrator. Any questions from anybody? This is hearing none. Could I get a motion and a second for passage of item 8?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Carver and second by Ms. Walker, that we pass item 8 as explained by the administrator. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion carried. Item 9 is for consideration of request from Roberta Albert Santiago to rezone property at 744 Calamart Road in Holly Hill. Tax map number 0338-06-01-017 from residential general district to commercial general district. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Planning Commission met on November 12, 2025 to discuss the recommendation of Everardo Ortiz Santiago to zone property at 744 Catamount Road in Holly Hill. He's requesting to go from residential general to commercial general for the purpose of having an event center for weddings, receptions, and birthday parties. The site is made up of 1 parcel. It's 3.83 acres. It has access from Catamount Road. The adjacent property owners were notified by U.S. Mail about the Planning Commission. They were given an opportunity to give comments electronically, via email, directly by phone, or submit in writing, or attend the meeting in person. The notice of the information how to submit comments was published in the TMD. There were 0 citizens that expressed their support. There was 1 citizen that expressed their opposition. The Planning Commission, after public hearing and discussion, made a motion for a recommendation of denial of 61 to the request.
Thank you so much, Mr. Administrator. questions from council? If not, can I get a motion and second that we follow the explanation and election of the planning commission for item 9?
Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith, second by Ms. Walker, that we follow the explanation and the request as deemed by the committee. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item 10 is also first reading for the consideration of a request from Gold Mitchell to rezone property at Charleston Highway in Beaumont. Tax map number 0270-00-07-025 from Forest Agriculture to Commercial General District, District 2. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Planning Commission met on November 12, 2025, discussed a recommendation from Gold Michael to rezone property at Charleston Highway in Beaumont, South Carolina, from Forest and Agriculture to Commercial General District for the purpose of a car dealership. The lot is made up of one parcel, that's 1.80 acres. Lot has access from Charleston Highway 178, does not fall within the floodplain. The adjacent property owners were notified by U.S. Mail, Planning Commission meeting. They were given the opportunity to submit comments electronically, via email, by phone, in writing to the planning director or attend in person. Notice was also submitted to the T&D, and there were 0 citizens that expressed their support. There were 2 citizens that emailed their opposition. Planning Commission, after public hearing and discussion, made a motion to request a unanimous approval of 7-0.
Thank you so very much. Any questions, council? Can I get a motion and second for passage of item 10?
Chairman, so moved that we follow the planning commission recommendation.
Second.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Ravenel, district that is residing, and second by Ms. Walker, that we follow the explanation and the planning commission recommendation. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers to it? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. The next 2 items, official action, which is just, we do this every year, just approval of the 2026 County Council regular session schedule and also the approval of the 2026 paid holiday schedule for Orangeburg County employees. So I get a motion and second that we approve these 2 items as presented to us. Can I get a motion to y'all ain't gonna approve them, so we ain't gonna have no schedule?
So moved, Mr. Chair. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Second. Moved by Mr. Garber, second by, I guess, Mr. Lawrence, that we pass items 11 and 12. They're self-explanatory, so all in favor of it, let us know inside saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. The next item is a recommendation from the Tax and Tourism Committee, and I yield to District Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Tax and Tourism Committee met on November 25th, 2025 at 4:30. The Tourism Committee met and they recommended the following recommendations. Tri-County Regional Chamber of Commerce, $10,000 for distribution of community and tourism guide. New Perspective Media for funds for promotion of events through Orangeburg County local organizations, $20,000. Branchville Railroad Shrine and Museum is requesting funds for repainting and fresh washing the town of Branchville Shrine Museum, $32,990. City of Orangeburg requesting funds for the promotion of CIAA softball championship for Claflin University, $20,000.
Questions from council on this recommendation? Thank you. So, can I get a motion and second that we follow the recommendation of the committee as outlined by the administrator?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Loris Frazier and second by Mr. Kenneth McAllister that we follow the guideline of the tourism committee as explained to us. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion is carried. The next 2 items, procurement, and first item on procurement is fiscal year 26-1104, tri-axle dump truck service rebid. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This is a request for proposal for triaxle dump truck services. It was issued on October 21st, 2025. This is a rebid. Request for proposals were advertised on Orangeburg County's website and bidnet.com. Proposals were due November 4, 2025. The county received 2 proposals, and after state and local preferences, it is recommended to award to Robinson Family Trucking LLC the amount of $115 hourly haul rate.
Any questions, council on this?
This is an Orangeburg thing. It's an Orangeburg business.
Ma'am?
It's an Orangeburg business.
Yes, ma'am.
Could I get a motion second to,
So moved, sir.
Second.
moved by Ms. Cooper Smith, second by Ms. Lloyd Frazier, that we follow the bid as directed or as described to us by the administrator on these services. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item B on the procurement of fiscal year 26-0929. And this is Orangeburg County Broadband Additional Material for Phase 3 Reconnect Project. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This request for proposal for broadband reconnect additional materials for phase 3 was issued on September 15, 2025. The request for proposal was advertised on the county's website, bidnet.com. Proposals were due back September 29th. County received one proposal after state and local preferences. Graybar is deemed to be responsive and a responsive bidder after we checked with our engineers. So it is a recommendation of our broadband engineering company to accept the bid of Graybar Electric Company, Inc. in the amount of $185,868.43.
Thank you so much. Any questions?
So what exactly would it do?
Graybar is this is actually supplying all of the equipment and putting in a lot of the equipment that we use in the fiber. So you got pedestals that's used on the side of the road, 10-inch diameter pedestals, 8-inch pedestals, ribbon fiber. You got 48 ribbon fiber, tube fiber. You got bolts that they have to purchase. So all of this stuff will be coming from Graybar Electrical, and they would be in charge of purchasing it and helping with installation.
So it'll be expanded into broadband?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, this is the phase 3 project that we are working on currently. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Mr. Chairman, I just got one brief question. And I know this might not be related to this, but is there any money in that budget to bring it from the main line to somebody's personal home? I think the additional cost was something like $5,000.
No, it depends on which phase it is and how close they are to the main highway. Because a lot of the houses and stuff on the main highway will get the ONT will go directly and be placed onto the house for them to access fiber. But it has to be in the main trunk line that was submitted with the USDA application. So like, say for instance, we're on Amelia Street, and if the fiber is running down Amelia Street, anybody on Amelia Street, the grant would cover for them to connect straight off of Amelia Street. But say for instance, you live on Russell Street, and you wanted to connect to that Amelia Street line, the grant will not cover the direct connection. You would have to pay the distance from Russell Street to Amelia.
Thank you.
Any other? Thank you all.
Thanks anyway. Mr. Administrator, so is Met still in the business?
Yes, ma'am. Matt's engineer, that's the broadband consultant that we have. Broadband engineer, I'm sorry.
Okay. Could I get a motion second for passes of procurement B, as explained?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Gaston, second by Ms. Walker, that we accept that bid as explained by the administrator. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers to it? The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is appointment of board commissions and committees. And first one is appointment to the Orangeburg County Disability and Special Needs Board. Who's someone?
That's District 6.
District 6. Okay. Do you have one?
I don't have.
Okay, that's an at-large seat, but she lives in District 6.
What does he have?
It's an at-large seat, so it can be from anywhere in the county. She just lives in District 6.
Okay, so
We'll have one for the next meeting.
No,
You already have one?
You have one.
We already have one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ms. Anna F. House is requesting to be approved for the Orangeburg County Disability Board.
is that okay with council, Ms.?
I'd like to put that on hold because I don't know anything about it.
It's an at-large seat, so it's not a district
It's
seat.
not your district, it's an at-large seat. She
Okay.
lives in your district.
It just covers the kind of at-large seat. And they applied, right?
Yes.
And they applied through the thing for it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, can I get a motion and a second that we accept that nomination?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Garber and second by Ms. Walker that we accept that large nomination as Ms. House. Both. So all in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it. The motion is carried. Thank you so much. Next one is the Code Enforcement Officer for Animal Services.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, we'd like to present to council a commission for Mr. Joshua A. Bingle to be the Code Enforcement Officer for Animal Control for Orangeburg County. And the Code Enforcement Officer appointment information is in front of you. And Mr. Joshua Bingle is in the audience if you would like to state.
Joshua, would you mind standing, please? Thank you so very much for accepting. Anybody have any questions?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much. Could I get a motion and a second that we pass that for Mr. Daigle?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
It has been moved by Mr. Castro, second by Ms. Frazier, that we appoint Mr. Joshua Bingle to the Code Enforcement Animal Service. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposers to that? Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much. Before we, any questions or comment, I guess, from council before we, or staff, before we ask for a motion for adjournment?
You look my way, so I'll begin talking.
I want to say South Carolina State University won a seat at the table in Atlanta. And we will be playing, I'm not going to say they because I'm a graduate of South Carolina State University. We'll be playing in the Cricket Classic, which is a bowl that's going to be played in Atlanta on December the 13th, that's Saturday. And the game starts at 1 o'clock, and please, as many people as possible, let's go down and support the Bulldogs. We won the seat, but I don't know who we're going to play yet. I was told that would be determined this weekend. Whosoever it is, I just hope and pray that we bring home a win.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Anybody from staff? Everybody good? All right, everybody good. Everybody say amen. Can I get a motion in a second for adjournment?
So moved, Mr. Chair. Second.
By Ms. Frazier, second by Ms. Walker. Thank you all for attending our meeting.